One. All right, we are back for our third video about boundaries. This is Kendra, and we've got Liberty here. And this one, so if you haven't checked in with the first two videos, do, because we're going to be talking about legs on a horse. And today we're going to exercise those legs on the horse. Last time we let them stand on their own, and now we're going to give them a little bit of muscle. And what we mean by that is that we were really encouraging you to tap into and acknowledge and create your own pile of wants and needs and desires for yourself without judgment, without needing to validate them or justify them. And this week, what we want to do is help you kind of filter them, assess them, make sure that they're really coming from a place of love. And then from there, step into the simplest form of creating a boundary, which is 2 words. 2 basic words. Liv, do you want to spill the beans of what those 2 words might be?
Yes. Over here you have yes, and over here you have no. Those are the 2 most basic boundaries that you're ever going to use. And the cool thing is, I bet you've already been practicing using them your whole life. So creating boundaries that actually work for you just means that you're bringing those 2 words into alignment with who you are and into alignment and integrity with your desires and your feelings. And that's what Kendra's talking about, is just noticing when you say yes, is that a real, like, kind of unqualified, in alignment yes, I'll see you on Saturday night? Or is it like well, I don't really have anything better to do? And that might be a good reason for you to go, because you don't have anything better to do. There's no judgment on that, but just being connected to having a connection between, or a fence line between your wants and what you're doing. The action is crucial for boundaries.
Yeah, totally. So. And there was a big time in my life where I was totally in that saying yes when I really meant no. And probably saying no, I was saying no to things that I really wanted and desired as well because of fear. And I think, and that's another thing that we want to help you do, is with that pile that you've got over here of those things you've been collecting for yourself, before we even get to the yes and the no, check in to see, why is that even in the pile in the first place, right? Because sometimes we can put things in a pile that feels like a want and a need and desire, but we just need to do one check-in to see, is that coming from a place of fear, or is it coming from a place of love and life? And Liv, you had a great question to be asking about this.
Yeah, it's a question that I've learned from some people that are farther along the road of recovery than I am. But the question is so awesome, and you can use it all the time. And it is, what am I hoping for in this? Am I hoping that this is going to bring me more life? Am I hoping that this is going to be my next right step? That saying yes to this is going to bring me life, or saying no to this is going to, give me a way to find my own path, right? I'm saying no to what everybody else is doing so I can be with me. But that question kind of brings us back to reorient, I think is the word that I would say, like reorient to the truth of who I am, what my voice is, mattering, belonging, being valuable. And the other V word that I love with valuable and valid is vibrant. And it's just bringing life. And that's what we feel so passionate about. It's like helping people recover their life, right? Whatever wasteland and wilderness they're coming out of. Go ahead.
As you were saying this, an example came to mind. I'm going to use it in the context of business really quickly, but then maybe we can do a quick food one too, because I know that's something that a lot of people struggle with. But so in the second video, I was sharing that I realized recently I have a want and a desire not to be making business and financial plans anymore for our business. We're looking to expand it, and I don't want to be that person anymore doing that. And going back to what Liberty was saying is that I could easily see that there's a part of myself that I don't like, right? We all have our dark side, but there's a dark side of me that could get very indignant and be very, I'm not doing this anymore. You got to sort it out, right? Like you, like to my business partner, in this case, it's the husband, right? you figure it out, you do it. I'm not doing it anymore. And in that, what am I hoping for there is not actually a very good hope. My hope when that indignant child or teenager comes out is a bit of like, I'm sticking it to you, right? Maybe I want to cause you some pain or hurt, right? Not a nice part of me, right? I'm really happy to say as I'm hearing you this, because I asked myself that question. What am I hoping for there is I am hoping to feel so much more relaxed, and I'm hoping to have so much more to give to the world by offsetting, or what's the word, outsourcing some work to someone else where they will be doing it where they're thriving, to allow me to do things where I'm thriving, so that I can bring more of the nice parts of me to the people in my life, including my husband and my business partner. So it was just a really clear, like, yes, like that is when it's a full-bodied, hell yeah, unqualified yes, I want to outsource this, when there's huge alignment with my wants, and that want has huge alignment with wanting more from life and more love.
Absolutely. That's such a great progression of recognition. And when I work with people around food with this, it's like everybody has this, well, I should want a salad, but I shouldn't want chocolate, or, you know, there's all of this good and bad, all of that kind of thing. And there's no allowance for just wanting what you want. You know, sometimes we just really need comfort food. There's nothing wrong with wanting that.
Yeah.
And so that's, you know, the question can still be asked there though. Do I want comfort food, or am I trying to check out from feelings that are maybe feeling like they're overwhelming me? Like I might have a lot of sadness and hurt and grief. And then am I trying to just check out with a bunch of chocolate or ice cream or macaroni and cheese or whatever? So everything, you know, I think that our choices can always bring us life. It just depends on how in tune with our desires we are.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And checking in, and with the food, the thing that's coming to me as you're saying that is, I'm noticing that I want this over here. My check-in is, we use that crossroads in the sweet spot of nourishment and pleasure. If it's ticking those boxes, there's going to be life, and there's going to be love incorporated there. It's not like you say, the escape or the numbing or whatever.
Right.
And then yes, have it. Even if it looks like a piece of chocolate cake, like that's okay. Because guess what? If you have that, then chances are tomorrow or 2 days from now, or maybe 30 minutes from now, whatever you're going to say, do you know what I really want? I want a really good spinach salad. Right.
Yeah.
And
it's true.
And you will check in. I'm wanting that, not because I should, but because it's once again, ticking that nourish and pleasure box, and sit down and savor it.
Yeah. I think we could even say that boundaries are the dead center of nourishment and pleasure. Right. Like,
ooh, yes.
I think that could, as you're saying that, it's coming to me like boundaries are that place of nourishment and pleasure, like that, having that movable fence, and knowing what works for us, knowing our voice, knowing who we are, and that we're valid, you know, that our desires are valid, and knowing where we stop and where somebody else starts, like all that we've been talking about in these videos. Boundaries are nourishing, and they can be pleasurable because it gives everybody space to be who they are.
Totally.
Yeah.
So homework for this one is start practicing yes and no, but when you really mean it, right? And
intentionally.
Yeah. And we're going to recommend start small with things that probably won't take a lot of negotiating with other people, right? So maybe not outsourcing your business planning just yet, but maybe it's actually, no, I don't actually want the cup of tea. Thank you so much for offering to make it for me, but I really don't want it right now.
Yeah. Exactly.
And saying no, or saying yes to a party because you really do want to go, and, you know, not because of you think you have to keep them happy. So, that's the homework. Practice the yes and the no when you really mean it. So we'll catch you next time. Thanks so much.
See ya.